Back on Adapt and Respond with me, RJ Young. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think DeAndre Moore can leave Texas as the best wide receiver to ever do it? Because that is what he is chasing. Also going to remind you that we got an audio podcast on Apple and Spotify where you can listen to it on your commute to work. And if you're doing just that, thank you so much. Let me know about that in the comments. If you're on Spotify, you can leave one. If you're on YouTube, you can leave one. I don't think you can do it on Apple, but y'all know how to get to me. I'm on the socials. I be doing the social things. DeAndre Moore did not mince words about what he wants as a wide receiver at Texas. And that has really jostled in my brain what I think is going to be a dominant receiver, potential target for Arch Manning. Now, Jack Andrews is there, and that's the best tight end outside of Max Clare in the portal and was one of the better players at Cal last year. So you're going to have that guy. You also got Ryan Wingo, who's probably the most talented guy in that wide receiving corps, but still has a little bit of growing up to do. But DeAndre Moore is playing a position that was once occupied by Jordan Whittington in the slot, and there was a kinship last year between Arch Manning and DeAndre Moore in the limited time that we got to see Arch Manning play. And while Moore was describing, the difference in the wheels between Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning being night and day, one of the other things that I thought was interesting is he got a question that usually is a softball, it's a layup, and you usually don't get an inspired answer from a question like, what do you want for yourself in 2025? Because what guys usually do is they talk about the team. They talk about the team goals. They don't make it about themselves. And I understand and realize why. You don't want to be the guy that is making it about you, even though somebody's asked the question about you, because that's the point. As a person who's trying to write these fall camp stories years ago, that's the thing I got to get guys to understand. I'm going to write about the team. I'm going to write about the team's goals. But the reason I'm asking you this question is because that's the question people want answered by you. I'm going to write a piece about DeAndre Moore. And he gave a quote that was worthy of a piece about DeAndre Moore. I'll give it to you now. It's told Inside Texas. First and foremost, I want to win a natty. Team goal, right? Also, Texas has not won a national championship in 20 years. Then he said, I think we've gotten to the doorstep 2 years in a row. Too many for my liking, meaning he would have liked to cash in on those last two. I want to win a national championship. We got short in the SEC championship, or came up short. I want to win the SEC championship. So that's two. You want to do two things you haven't done already. Win the SEC championship, which frankly might be harder than winning the national championship, depending on how you think about Georgia and the SEC and what usually happens with the SEC champ. They usually go deep into the college football playoff. And as a matter of fact, it's the first time in some time that we haven't had an SEC team in the national championship game in 2 years in a row, right? This is a real prove-it year for them as the Big Ten is going, oh, we out here now. We run this. And this is going to be really cool to find out which one of these conferences is still on top at the end of 2025. But then he said, as far as personal, I want the Texas touchdown record. I want at least 1,200 yards receiving, and I want to win the Biletnikoff. Okay. Now it's a party. Okay, Texas. You think you got one, or at least he think you got one. So let's take a look at what it is that he's actually saying he wants to try to accomplish in 2025 on the football field. The single season touchdown receptions record is held by Jordan Shipley, who probably does not get enough credit for being one of them ones. Like, Jordan Shipley was the bane of so many Oklahoma fans' existence. Like, that partnership he had with Colt McCoy was different, and introduces what I think is the bro country cool quarterback wide receivers in Texas. Like, Quinn Ewers is living on that too, because Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley would be out there in fatigues, in the Mossy Oak, in the Carhartt, and making it look cool, right? At a time when it didn't necessarily look cool for people outside of Texas. Really get to change that because Jordan Shipley was a dude and Colt McCoy was a dude. So what's the number he needs to get, DeAndre Moore needs to get in 2025? Be 14 receiving touchdowns. Now, given we play more games, especially in the postseason, than we did before, that's within reach, right? So is 1,200 yards receiving. It's interesting. Since 2019, nobody has had more than 1,386 yards receiving. That would be Devin Duvernay, who's super duper fast and felt like played for 8 years at Texas. But the receiving record is held by Shipley. Surprise, surprise, who had 1,486 receiving yards in 1 year. Again, Jordan Shipley was a monster. What Ryan Broyles, shout out to the man who's always trying to tell you to save your money and buy real estate, had in Oklahoma, 365 friggin' receptions. And it felt like Ryan Broyles was not only always open, called a man 7-Eleven because he was catching everything. The doors didn't close. Probably could not find a key if he wanted to lock the doors because he was that open all the time. That is who Jordan Shipley is at Texas. People know Hollywood Brown. They know CeeDee Lamb. That you can keep going down the line on the wide receivers people know. But the dude that they should have known, and I think fits because he didn't have the kind of career that was indicative of his college career at least, like Jordan Shipley. Ryan Broyles, Jordan Shipley, 1-1 for me. If you're a Texas fan, you hate Ryan Broyles. You cannot stand him. It's like the Woods brothers at Oklahoma State. Donovan Rashawn more than Donovan. But damn it, somebody put a body on that man. That's how I felt watching Jordan Shipley. Yo, we gonna let this white dude just keep running up and down on us? Hey, RJ, why you gotta bring race into it? Because he is, and he was, all right? Just like Tavon Austin going 7.5 yards deep, getting handed a rock at West Virginia, nightmares. Darren Sproles, who's my size, nightmares. That is who Jordan Shipley was. That is who DeAndre Moore wants to be. Oh my God, I did not think I was gonna get this overchill to the boiling point. Jordan friggin' Shipley, who should not even be mentioned, outside of 2011, right? I'm saying, like, that's how deep it goes. It's in your marrow. It's in your skins. Woo! I hope there's a Texas fan out here that felt the way I felt about Jordan Shipley, about Ryan Broyles. So that would make my day. If that's you, tell me in the comments because I need to hear it. And becoming the first Biletnikoff Award winner at Texas would make him a Biletnikoff Award winner at Texas in DeAndre Moore. The problem that DeAndre Moore faces right now is Ryan Williams at Alabama. And yeah, the Martian, Jeremiah Smith, the dude from another dimension. Forget, the Martian is Marvin Harrison Jr. Jeremiah Smith got to be 838. He got to be from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that Ohio State fans think it's that far a stretch for me to tell you that Sue Storm was actually pregnant, not with Franklin Richards, but with Jeremiah Smith. Bring life back to the program that felt like it was dead in the water after they lose to Michigan and absolutely win a national championship. Yeah, you see the parallel there. What is it? Are you the protectors of this world? Too damn bad. You know why? I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus. Man, they gave Silver Surfer the coldest lines in that movie. And they didn't show me no damn Doom. Look, Reed Richards ain't nobody to me. I don't care. I don't care. I can't strongly enough tell you how little I care about Mr. Elastaman. What a stupid power. And his homie Ben, let that man fly more planes. Stop making that man turn into rocks. Okay? And I don't like this Johnny Storm happy-go-lucky crap. Like, that's not who Johnny Storm is. That man is a firebrand. That I'm a fire sign. And you know what? I get it. Falling in love with, the bad girl, that might happen. But she got a kid, dog. Like, let me tell y'all something. Johnny Storm and me got this in common. You're going to feel like a trampoline for a single mom. That's just what it's going to be. Like, man, I got a book on single moms. I could tell you ups and downs, lefts and rights. And I can tell you where they at on the apps. I can tell you which kind they're going to be. And to be a single, well-to-do 38-year-old black man. Kind of where I be about. Y'all really need to get off this passport stuff. That makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that at all. I'm gonna be from here, and I'm gonna be doing it here. However, I think if Johnny knew that Silver Surfer had a kiddo, maybe he'd just be a little bit more wise about that. Just a little bit more wise about that. Maybe taking into account there's a baby daddy over there somewhere. Now, they might not talk, but they talk. I'm not saying, anything untoward is going on there. I'm just saying you're going to be dealing with somebody calling you because Hey, do you got this person's jacket? You got this person's clothes? Or they're going to be calling because, hey, you late with the money. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be part of life. To say nothing of, single mom ain't got no time for your BS, dog. Like, that's why you put your hand on her surfboard and she knocked your ass off because she got to get home. She heard that kid crying. Okay? You got the ears. I got to go. And then, you get the third degree. You get the part about, see, you ain't got kids, so you'll do this. And let me get off of Johnny Storm. Let me get off of Johnny Storm. Let me get off of Reed Richards. Let me get off Sue Storm. Let me get off Franklin Richards. And just tell y'all, a little boy that can create whole dimensions with his brain, that's a problem. Like, that's the dude Lex Luthor should actually be telling everybody to be warned about. Forget Superman there for a second. That's Jeremiah Smith. So if DeAndre Moore thinks that he's going to be Jeremiah Smith, Texas is going to win the national championship. But there's only been one of them dudes wearing that number 4 on his chest. And right now, feels like I can just go ahead and write his name in for the Biletnikoff Award, if not the Heisman freaking trophy, because now everybody knows, especially at Ohio State, Julian Saban, Lincoln Keenholz, y'all want to start a job? Throw that dude the ball. Throw that man the ball. It's going to be some Whedon the Blackman stuff. It's going to be Dana Holgerson going up to Brand Whedon going, I just throw it to Blackman. I just throw it to Smith. I really need a Victor Von Doom. And you know what? Maybe I'm just going to have to get on that green cape myself and get my MF on. It's going to do it for this episode of Adapt and Respond. Thank you for joining us here. If you like the show, subscribe, rate it, review it, and let me know what else we could be doing. Deuces.